Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Well, as I told you earlier, Brent, I hate to be Mr. Negative. I hate to do that.
Yeah.
But, boy, those are boring pro football games over the weekend.
Man, they were yawners, weren't they?
Yeah.
My goodness, didn't even want to watch them to the end.
I know. They're just kidding is what I'm saying. My goodness, what
that was incredible.
Bunch of wonderful football games. Did the NFL shine over this past weekend? You bet. Boy, that was good competition. I don't know what to say other than they were just all great games, and none of them were bad.
Each one got better.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one, Cincinnati and Tennessee, was great.
Yeah.
The interception at the end by Cincinnati, and then they go down and kick the game-winning field goal. And then you had Green Bay and San Francisco block punt, returned. And then the Bucks and Rams with the Bucks coming back, and then then the last one. It was the best of the four. It was incredible.
They just got better.
The last 2 minutes of the Kansas City Chiefs-Buffalo Bills game was unlike anything I've ever seen in my life.
It'll go down as one of the best games ever, I think. And you had to feel sorry for Buffalo because they thought they had it. Who wouldn't? Other than that you had Mahomes as the opposing quarterback.
With 3 timeouts.
With 3 timeouts, yeah.
And a guy with a big leg for a kicker. You knew maybe, but still, just 13 seconds left. You don't think it.
No.
But
the guy with the big leg, though, he kind of struggled a little bit, so that put a little bit of spice into it. He was.
Yeah, and then the pass to Kelsey to set him up for inside 50. Yeah. That was incredible. I will say this about the NFL. Okay, guys. There was a moment earlier in the season, Brent being a big Chicago Bears fan. The Chicago Bears are playing the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
And a young guy makes a quarterback sack. It's an incredible play. He gets a little excited, and they call him for taunting. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tyreek Hill is running down the sideline, and he waves at somebody as he goes by. How's that not taunting?
Oh, geez, I don't think it even compares. Didn't say anything, did he?
Now, let Brent be clear. Don't throw the flag for that. Yeah. What I'm saying is, let these guys have some fun. I'm not saying that the flag should have been thrown.
Okay.
But by law, how's that not taunting?
By law, I don't know.
I mean, with what the NFL has called taunting all year, how did Tyreek Hill not get called for taunting?
Oh, well, I think it would be nice if they didn't do it at all.
Now, there are some blatant taunt. If you're standing over the top of a guy and in his face, and I get that. But little things like that, don't Don't throw the flag. Just like you shouldn't have thrown the flag against the Chicago Bears.
Well, in the Bengals game, there was the taunt that cost them 15 yards at a crucial time. And, you know, they had, as players and coaches, you'd think we'd just be better off if we just stuck to our business and played the game. But they're not built that way, and they get pretty excited. And the celebrations after the scores and so forth, that's all part of the game.
I'm glad they allow that finally. But and as a fan, who didn't love? Now the Bills fans probably didn't like it, but as just a fan, when a guy, you know, the guy's just flying, but he's the fastest man, I swear, in the NFL, and he's just flying by you, and he just gives the defender a little wave.
Yeah.
I mean, I was smiling. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, but that's taunting, man.
It is, yeah.
That's taunting.
Well, they were good games.
They were great games. Yep, a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. And kind of a little bit of a question mark with the old pros, the veterans in the quarterback positions. Are they going to continue playing? That kept popping up yesterday. Will Brady continue? Will Aaron Rodgers continue? There was some speculation that Rodgers was going to go talk to family and kind of talk it over. But there's a new breed of quarterback out there. The quarterbacks we saw last night, especially in the last game, show that their mobility and their flexibility and their ability to pick up first downs on, fourth and 8, and those sorts of things. Not that Rodgers and Brady haven't done that, but in this part of their career, it's not going to happen as much. So, is a quarterback that's going to stay in the pocket, and not be as mobile, are they going to be playing next year? And if they are, will they be effective? That's kind of an interesting conversation. They're very, very good. They'll still be successnight, but
yeah, if they come back, they'll still be two of the best.
Yeah, they will. They will, but they won't be doing some of the things that you saw last night in that final game.
Not from Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
No.
That was as good of a display of quarterback play as you can possibly see. It was just as a football fan, that was just enjoyable.
Well, you're not going to be in the NFL as a quarterback if you don't have a great arm and you can pass. That's for sure. But then when you add all those other attributes, it makes it pretty entertaining and tough to defend. I mean, how'd you like to be a defender and have a guy throw kind of a underarm side pass or pitch it forward and all those crazy things they're doing? And I think really you're going to start seeing more of that from quarterbacks who come up because they're watching this be successful, and they're going to start adding that to their tool chest, although the defense players have already figured out in some cases how to slap some of that down. So the game evolves. It's pretty interesting.
Yep.
Today we're going to have an interesting show for you. We're going to see Andrew coming in here, King Andrew from Grocery Cart's coming in just a little bit, fill in for Steve at the Grocery Cart. And we're also going to be having a special show today because we're going to have Dr. Julie Lindstrom in and the new CEO at Jenny M. Elham. And I hope I get the name right. Jeremy Klingenpeel will be in. He's the new CEO. And if I've got that wrong, I'll get corrected when he gets here. But we're looking forward to meeting Jeremy and talking with Dr. Lindstrom about the latest wave, the Omicron COVID, and the vaccine and so forth, as they're seeing numbers increase here in the Midwest and here in Custer County. So that'll be interesting. The good news is they're saying that some of the cases out on the East Coast where the wave kind of spiked is starting to decrease. So we'll have a good conversation, interesting conversation with them and try to talk facts with you this morning about this very important issue. We have some birthdays today.
All right.
Quite a few.
Good.
That we know of. Today is Rose Arnold's birthday. Now, I wish I could tell you the movie star she looks like, but I can't. But she looks just like a movie star, and her look just the same, Rose Arnold and her. Every time I see her, she says, "Can you tell me who it is?" I said, "No, I don't remember names of movie stars. I just remember what they look like. Yeah. And Rose, you look like her, whoever she is." Trevor Eggleston having a birthday today. Happy birthday, Trevor Eggleston. Christy Cantrell, Mandy Powers, Carla Williams up Myrna Way having a birthday today. Mike Waverka celebrating a birthday. Spencer Goodman and Buddy Miller all celebrating birthdays today here locally and connected to our Sandhills Express. That's how we get some of these. You are celebrating, if you're having a birthday today, celebrating with Neil Diamond.
Oh, right. Sweet Caroline.
How old is Neil Diamond?
81.
Gosh, you hit it right on the nose.
Really?
Yeah. He doesn't look 81. Aaron Neville is also 81, R&B and soul singer, and did some duet work with Linda Ronstadt. Mary Lou Renton, gymnast, 54 today. She competed while she was a sophomore in high school in the Olympics in 1984 and never graduated from high school because she spent so much time working on that. Matthew Lillard. Lillard is known for playing Shaggy in the 2002 movie Scooby-Doo.
Oh, okay.
52 today. Misha Barton is 36. She famously known for Marissa Cooper on The O.C. The former model also has had roles in Notting Hill and The Sixth Sense. And Ray Stevens is celebrating a birthday today. Ray Stevens is 83 today.
Wow.
Of course, he has lots of funny hits. Probably one of his bigger hits, though, was Everything is Beautiful, which was a big radio hit. And Ray always has a lot of fun with different things like The Streak and Guitarzan and those sorts of things.
Yep, and the day the squirrel went berserk.
Yep, got loose in the church, caused some problems. So those are some birthdays for you this morning. It's also National Peanut Butter Day today.
Oh.
Yep, patented by the Canadians, by the way, back in 1884.
Creamy peanut butter or chunky peanut butter?
I like them both. Most of the time, I guess we just have the creamy. Not that I don't like the crunchy. But back in the early days, when they first made it, it was called peanut paste.
Oh, really?
Which didn't sound all that appetizing.
No, peanut butter sounds better.
So, what is the most popular brand of peanut butter? If you buy natural peanut butter and store it upside down, there's a trick to that, too.
Boy, the most popular brand. That's got to be either Jif or Skippy, so I'm going to go with Skippy.
Jif.
Jif, okay.
Did you know if you buy natural peanut butter stored upside down so the oil doesn't sit on the top, you don't have a mess. You don't have to stir it up. It just goes down into the peanut butter. So if you buy some natural peanut butter that has a lot of that oil in it, store it in the cupboard upside down.
Okay.
You won't have that oil on top.
Well, good tip.
Thanks. Also, it's National Compliment Day.
Oh.
Some scientists, and I repeat, some scientists, suggest giving appropriate compliments that aren't fake can boost performance at work, make people less socially awkward, and increase general happiness.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, if it's true. It might be true. Oh, just to make your day, today is the start of the 2022 income tax season.
Wonderful.
Yes. Time to break out your 1040s and your 1099s because it's officially tax time. Today, the IRS opens the tax filing season for you to get your 2021 returns ready. You've got until April 18th of this year. There will not be a pandemic extension, by the way, so don't think that maybe you're going to get a little extra time. Not going to happen. And by the way, there was a piece on CBS this morning that if you need to call them and ask them a question, there are thousands of employees short at the IRS, and it's always kind of slow going anyway, so they're shorthanded.
Oh, I see.
So now the average time on...
So am I allowed to be slow then as getting my taxes in?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No,
All right.
I'm just telling you, if you have to call in...
Well, that's what I'm getting at. You say it's slow. They're slow because they're short-staffed.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, can I be slow? The answer is absolutely not.
You got to meet the deadline.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if you have problems, you need to call them. Expect an average of 23 minutes on hold.
Wow.
Average. That's just the average. Think you could be on there for an hour waiting for them to pick up the phone, and then after you get them, then how you don't want to let them go until you get your problem solved, because you'll never get them again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're shorthanded, just like everybody else. Okay, that's some of the highlights. Now, let's play the game. Oh, you want to do school lunch menus? Which do you want to do?
It doesn't matter.
Let's go ahead and do the lunch menus. Today at SEM today, it's orange chicken.
Sergeant today, vegetable beef soup or chili, your choice, crackers and cheese, fruit cup, dinner roll, milk and salad bar at Sergeant.
At Thadford, it's sweet and sour chicken.
Sandhills today, looks like chicken strips, waffle fries, and green beans at Sandhills.
And Selma Myrna, they're having original beef goulash with garlic breadstick, pancake sausage bites, fresh baked ham and cheese subs, vegetables, fruit, and milk.
Arnold today, ready rib on a bun.
Ansley, hot dogs.
All right, Callaway today, going to be a taco bar at Callaway.
And at Loop City today, on the 24th, let me turn the page here, they're having popcorn chicken bowl or hamburger gravy over potatoes, corn, and bread.
Choices at Broken Bow today include original beef goulash with garlic breadstick, pancake sausage bites, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, or crispy chicken salad with roasted flatbread. Your choices today at Broken Bow Middle and High School.
Another reminder before we play the game, our Love Local giveaway continues today here on The Breakfast Show, and we're going to be giving away a gift card for $25. This will be to Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique, and they've got a big winter apparel sale going on. We're going to tell you about a little bit later on, and some things about some chalk paint. So be listening for the chance to win and information about their big sales.
All right. All right, here's your question for the game today. We're taking you back to 1972. And we're going to ask you questions about some of the biggest hits of 1972. This band achieved the majority of their success in the 1960s, but their highest charting single actually came in 1972. The name of the song, Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress. Who was the band? Creedence Clearwater Revival, the Turtles, Steppenwolf, or the Hollies? Who sang Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
It's midnight. Banking time. Really? Well, yeah. I just got back from watching my son play the sport he loves 2.5 hours away. My family's asleep, and I have a little bit of quiet. Need to look at and sign our loan renewal? Done. Need to deposit a check? On it. Need to transfer some money to my daughter in college? Taken care of. Nebraska State Bank has the ability to make sure I can do my banking when it fits my schedule. So yeah, midnight is banking time. My banking time.
Nebraska State Bank, Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna. Member FDIC.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
We have Mark on the line. Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right.
Good.
Nice day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, nice day in the Yesterday was pretty darn nice, too, wasn't it, as far as weather goes?
Sure enough.
Yeah. All right, here's Brent with your question.
All right, Mark, what band sang Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress? Was it Creedence, Clearwater Revival, the Turtles, Steppenwolf, or the Hollies?
So that's one of my favorite songs, the Hollies.
You got it. It is, of course, the Hollies. And because you've answered correctly, we have a certificate that's going to get you a free personal pan pizza, one topping from Pizza Hut. So just come on out and see us when you can.
Thanks, Brent.
All right.
Folks, have a nice day.
You
hey,
too,
thanks, Mark.
Take
Same
care.
to you.
All right, yeah, the Hollies with that particular song. That was kind of a breakaway song from their regular sound, which really did well on the radio. Speaking of doing well on the radio, King Andrew is here. It's been a while since we've had him on the radio from the Grocery Cart's Meat Department, but it's really good to have you on. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. You guys? It's been
Good.
It's been a minute, hasn't it?
It's been. Yeah.
Been a little bit, but I heard Steve's little voice is a little coarse. It's like, hey, let me go out there. You don't worry about it because he'd be like talking like this, and I don't think that would be that good on the radio.
He sent me a text earlier, said, I don't think this is going to work with my voice, and then not long he said, Andrew will be out. So super good. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good old times out here.
Yeah. So you want to start with the meat department? That's your deal, or you want to cover it all the way across? How you want to do it?
We can do whatever we need to. I mean, we can start off in my department, get it old meat department. You know, we always got great deals, always at the grocery cart. Again, you know, just a reminder to everybody, what we carry is this certified Angus beef, top 8% in all beef. It's one of the best beefs out there. And this week, I was hungry for a little chicken fried steak. You know, I haven't had one in a while. I was like, ooh, that looks good. So I'm going to throw cube steaks on at $5.98 a pound. Also, sirloin steaks, little tiny sirloin, you know, throw on the grill with beautiful day today. It's supposed to be, 55 or something, or 44.
Nice,
it's supposed to be nice again. We'll do a sirloin steaks for $5.98 a pound. Also, our homemade, world-famous pork sausage is on sale this week, $2.98 a pound. Again, I was kind of hungry for a little, you know, sausage, biscuits, and gravy, so you can't go wrong with that. So, and then also we have best choice boneless, skinless chicken breast fillets in the 2.5-pound bag at $7.48 a pound again. Quick, easy meals to get everything all excited. Rewards points, I'm throwing fish on this week. I'm throwing Van de Kamp breaded or battered fish, you know, jumbo sticks, beer battered fillets, all the good stuff. $5.98, and you get 600 points for that. So great things going on there. In the produce department, Rudy, who's a very happy man, yesterday he almost lost it with his Rams, almost giving it up, you know, giving the game. He was like, it was a tale of two halves. I said, I know, I could feel it over here, Rudy. But what he threw on there, he threw some Halo mandarins on sale, $5.98, and that's in a 3-pound bag. He also has red and green seedless grapes, $2.68 a pound. In the deli department, they've got some great deals there. The number 3 meal will be on sale from Monday, Tuesday only for $8.98, and then the number 4 meal will be Thursday, Friday for Chester for all the chickens, so you get 2 sides and a drink. And also Wednesday will be wing day, so stop on in and get your wings on that day. Dairy department, we have some good old Kemp's French onion dip. I always like that stuff. Something easy to have in the fridge, 2 for $3. Pillsbury Grand Biscuits, 2 for $4 to go with that sausage that I have on sale. Eddie in the Frozone and the good old frozen foods has Tombstone pizzas, $3.98. Reams egg noodles, $3.98 as well. And then he also has the Encore meals for quick, easy, you know, throw in the oven a little bit, 2 for $7. Great deals.
They're all good deals. And I don't know, it's a little bit tougher out there right now. The cost of things are up across the board.
Right.
I think Grocery Cart always does a great job of doing their very best to save the folks some money.
Yeah, and that's what we look for. We try to look for every best deal that we can, and we know it is a little rough out there. And you've heard every excuse of whether it's labor, whether it's transportation, whether it is we're trying to do the best we can to bring in the best high-quality products for you guys.
Yep. And that's a full-time job, getting everything that you want to get on the shelf, too.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Trying to keep everything full, looking good, and respectable, you know. But the team does a great job. Everybody there, they do hard work, you know, and they always seem to have a smile on their faces, and you know, always we'll go the extra mile. So, and like I said, just give us a little time. If for any questions, you know, if we don't know that second, we'll know by the next day normally. Okay. As long as we have something, you know. Great thing is if you have a package. Well, we had a lady come in last week looking for some Cliff Bars that she didn't notice on the shelf. I said, well, great idea. I said, bring in the package. We can look at the package and look on the back on like the PLU, what the scanner code is, and we can look that stuff up. So just to see if we can get that stuff. So if you have a package that, hey, you know, I didn't see it on your shelf, that will help us tremendously. So stop on in.
Good point. All right.
Well, yeah. And then we got new things. Big change that we did. We did get some self-checkouts.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's going pretty good. You know, some people are a little afraid of it, which I understand fully, but, you know, it's to help us out. We still have 4 regular registers open, so it's not like we went all self-checkout, you know, but we do have 4 regulars. But there's Tina up front, Kelly, you know, Steve, of course, Laura. Like most of us can come up and help as well to help you through that self-checkout. Just reminders to make sure that you have your actual physical card for rewards points if you want to get all the rewards points, because we can't type our little phone phone number in, or, we can't do that, but you can scan that through. And it is mainly just debit card, credit card only, just to make it a little easier. So if you come in and you want a couple items and you don't want to wait for the long line, self-checkout's right there to beep, beep, and then you're out the door. So. And
if you don't want to, you just visit with somebody while you're in line and go through like the old days.
And we'll always have it there. We'll always have someone there to help you out. So no big deals.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to try that. The first one that we ran into a number of years ago was at Lake Tahoe, and we went to a grocery store there, and it was a great big Safeway store, if I remember right. And that was the first time I couldn't figure out what people were doing. I thought maybe they was gambling or something.
Right. Sitting over there on the machine going, beep, beep, beep. Hey, here we go.
Because, Tahoe, you got machines everywhere. And I realized, no, they're checking out their own groceries. And it does speed things up, especially during busy times, and you only have a few items.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the key for it, to kind of speed stuff up. Like, I just took the boys to Omaha. We went to WWE wrestling last week, and they loved that stuff a couple weekends ago. So when we went in there, everything is by, obviously because of the COVID stuff, but it was all like cell phone. So like they want you to use your cell phone scanner, and it's like, I've never done this in my life. It was very easy, and I understand people, well, it's on your cell phone, you don't want to get hacked. I get that, but a lot of it's just you just swipe, you don't even touch the machine, you just scan over it, and I was like, oh, it works. That's crazy.
Just try using your phone.
Yeah, just use the phone as long as you have a card loaded up. It shocked me and went, oh, okay, this is weird, but okay.
But for right now at the grocery cart, it's debit cards and credit cards.
Yep,
if you're going to check yourself out.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. All right. And of course, all the bonus points available every week. I think a lot of people that are taking advantage of this realize, hey, I can get discounts on gas, or I can get these items that are listed at the grocery cart through these bonus points, whichever one they want to do, or both, I suppose.
Oh, exactly. And it's always a good thing to set up, because we know how prices are and everything, to save a little bit on gas, but also you can be like, oh, you know what, like I have free Clausen pickles for, I think it's 800 points. If you want to get, oh, you know what, I want some pickles, little Clausen pickles to get over there. So there's a lot of stuff, Again, Dorothy Lynch home dressing for here is 500 points for a bottle. 32-ounce bottle. So, it's good deals to get you, cheaper gas, or, again, the free items that are in the store. It's really, really win-win there.
All right. Back to the meat department before we let you go. A lot of folks, like to stock up just a little bit. And I know supply and demand has some effect on that. But can folks still come in and say, I'd like this particular, I'd like to buy a pretty good amount of meat and have it cut this way, that sort of thing? Can you still do that?
Oh, absolutely. We can do that. We don't have too many shortages, a little bit on chicken right now, but otherwise we're mainly good on everything, as long as you give us a little time and stuff. That's all. That's the one thing that I ask people, is just give us a little time, because I know how everyone's busy and they're like, oh, I just thought of it and I need 150 in 10 minutes. Oh, okay, let's ease up. But we're gladly take care of it. Like I said, if we can't do it, we get 3 trucks a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so we can easily get most, like 95% items. So
okay. Now, have you seen the commercials about becoming like your parent? Have you seen those on TV? Where the latest one, I think, Brent's the guy's taking a person around the grocery store and trying to get them.
Yep. I know what you're talking about. Isn't that an insurance commercial or something? I can't remember.
Yeah. So the one that makes me think of you would be the guy gets his bologna or a ham or something sliced, and he holds it up to the light and goes, oh, that must be a brand new blade. That's beautiful.
That's beautiful. Oh, I need one more slice. I just need one more. Yeah, that's great. And then when he pushes the cart back, that's my favorite. And he's like, it gets stuck on the left wheel.
Pulls to the left.
Pulls to the left a little bit.
Trouble with those commercials is they're so true.
Yeah, right. They're so true. And they're just sitting there and just like, yeah, I know someone. I've seen that before.
Go to the ball game and start talking on the way into the ball game when you're going to leave, right?
Yep. We're getting ready to leave. What time is it? We gotta get out of here before this.
All right. Well, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you guys. I hope you have a fantastic week.
We've got a lot of basketball coming up this week.
Oh, that's right. It's tournament time yet?
Yes, this week.
Oh, big tournaments this weekend.
Southwest Conference, MNAC. Yeah.
Geez, it's crazy.
I think the only day we don't have basketball is Wednesday, I think.
That's Brent's day off right there, Wednesday.
You got it.
Midweek break and then all the way through Saturday. So,
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to all the teams in it and do your best.
Yeah, thanks. And by the way, Grocery Cart open 7 days a week for your convenience out there, and regular hours. Some folks have had to kind of reduce their hours a little bit as far as their facilities, and you've been able to keep going 7 days a week. Regular hours open up at 7 and go to 10, right?
Go to 10, yep, 7 to 10. It hasn't changed yet, so stop on in and come say hi.
All right, thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, guys.
King Andrew, Grocery Cart. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Just in from Germany this hour, police in Heidelberg say several people were shot and wounded in a lecture hall at the university there before the lone gunman died. No details on the extent of the injuries. Tensions are soaring between Russia and the West over a possible invasion of Ukraine. CBS's Weijia Jiang is at the White House.
CBS News has learned that Mr. Biden is considering whether to send thousands of U.S. troops and equipment to reinforce the eastern flank of NATO, which could include countries like Lithuania and Latvia, who share borders with Russia.
An unusual winter wildfire in Northern California is now 35% contained after forcing about 500 people to leave their homes near Big Sur. Craig Clements at the Wildfire Research Center at San Jose State.
Given the fact that we haven't had rain all January and we had an offshore wind event, these are the conditions that lead to wildfires.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. You may not agree with all of their calls, but there's one thing that can't be debated. Officials are an essential part of athletics at all levels. Without them, you can't play the game. There are around 3,500 officials registered with the Nebraska School Activities Association across all sports, a total that has been declining over the past 2 years. Since the pandemic started in the spring of 2020, the state has seen a 10 to 20% reduction in the number of certified high school officials, according to John Dolliver, an assistant director and supervisor of officials for the NSAA. The problem is even more prevalent for junior varsity and junior high games, which do not require officials to be certified. Dolliver noted that the shortage can lead to rescheduled games, extensive travel for officiating crews, and other issues. There are a variety of reasons why officials decided to hang up their whistle: age, family and personal obligations, and a lack of sportsmanship from fans among them. The state's 1.8% unemployment rate does not help either. That's why it's important to continuously look for ways to generate interest in the job, particularly among younger generations. Damon Day, a lecturer at the University of Nebraska at Kearney's Department of Kinesiology and Sports Sciences, is doing just that. As a youth baseball and basketball coach and the father of 2 children ages 12 and 13, Day recognizes the urgent need to recruit and train new sports officials. UNK's sports officiating classes are part of the solution. Day has been teaching them for 4 years, offering football and volleyball in the fall and baseball and softball in the spring. He also added a basketball officiating class for the January intersession that concluded last week. Created as part of the university's COVID-19 mitigation plan, the optional 3-week term gives students a chance to take a variety of online courses or participate in internships and other experiential learning opportunities during the extended winter break. Day and Department Chair Nita Unruh saw the session as an opportunity to address a growing need in the community and across the state.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NFL divisional playoffs, the Chiefs outlast the Bills for a 42-36 overtime win. Buffalo quarterback Josh Allen had 329 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. But Kansas City quarterback Patrick Mahomes had 378 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Buffalo was up 3 with 13 seconds left. Mahomes, 2 completions of 19 and 31 yards to get kicker Harrison Butker in position to tie it from 49 yards out. The first possession of OT goes to Kansas City. They go 8 plays, 75 yards. Patrick Mahomes, an 8-yard touchdown pass to tight end Travis Kelce to win it. Kansas City advances to the AFC title game. They'll host Cincinnati. The Rams hold off the Buccaneers for a 30-27 win. LA was in control, leading 27-3 late third quarter. Tampa Bay then outscored LA 24-3 the rest of the way, but that 3 for LA was a game-winning kick with no time left from Matt Gay, 30 yards out, set up by 2 quarterback Matthew Stafford completions to wide receiver Cooper Kupp of 20 and 44 yards. LA will host San Francisco in the NFC title game.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for partly sunny skies. Can't rule out a chance for an afternoon sprinkle developing with our temperatures holding fairly steady. while breezy west to northwest winds. For tonight, slight chance for some light snow showers developing late, lows in the lower teens. For Tuesday, any light snow wrapping up by midday with a high of 24, but returning to the lower 40s on Wednesday. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help you make them feel a little less unexpected. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Currently 32 degrees under a now clear sky. There were some clouds earlier. Looks like it's mostly clear now, if not all clear. Winds are out of the northwest, 10 to 15 plus miles per hour this morning. Barometric pressure 29.84 and rising. Humidity at 69%. Our high yesterday was 54 with an overnight low of 34 degrees. And we have only recorded 300 precipitation so far in this dry month of January. As promised, we have folks in from Jenny M. Melham, but we have more than we expected, which makes it even more fun. So I'm going to bring up the microphones here. And we're going to start with Dr. Julie Lindstrom. Doctor, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
We're good. We're good. How's everybody?
Good.
Wonderful.
Good.
All right. So let's just go around the table. We have Dr. Julie Lindstrom, as we mentioned. And we also have Jen in the back, Jen Schaaf.
Yep, pharmacist.
Pharmacist.
I'm here to say the big words.
And then we have a young lady over here that's PR.
Yes, I'm Gina.
Gina, all right. And we have the new CEO, Jeremy, and I wanted to ask you how to pronounce your last name correctly.
Yep, Jeremy Klingenpeel.
Klingenpeel. We got it right earlier, Brent. That's pretty good. All right. So let's talk about you, Jeremy, to start with. Thanks for taking time to talk to us today. We appreciate it. And let's just do the little background. Around this part of the country, people like to know where you're from, a little background. And we did see, of course, a news release earlier that you were hired as a new CEO, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Give us a little background.
Yep. So my wife and I are from Enid, Oklahoma. And so you probably saw in there that we are Sooners, so I'm sure we're going to be ousted quickly after hearing that. But other than that, we've been working in the state of Kansas for about 18 years in healthcare. I've been a hospital CEO for 11 years, so most recently coming from Burlington, Kansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been an interesting time to be a CEO at a hospital, I'm sure. So you bring some experience with you as you arrived here, which I would think would be a plus for you.
Yeah. Obviously, in these times, I don't know how much experience is going to help because things are changing on the daily, but definitely have a great crew here at Melham and excited to be part of the team.
All right. We appreciate the fact that you have already melded in. It looks like you're making friends already, and that's important around here. But thanks for bringing your experience with you. Have you found anything unexpected so far? Has it been pretty smooth for you?
Well, I don't know if I'd say smooth, but the fact that everybody was already hitting the ground running whenever I got here, they have already looked at a lot of policies and procedures and really are making things easier for me because there's some really good leadership here. So excited to be part of that. And Dr. Lindstrom is taking over as Chief of Staff this year. So great to have her leadership in that role as well.
Okay. I'm a little bit nervous right now, guys. I just have to tell you, honestly, I never get nervous for interviews. But the reason I am nervous is I got Brent's behind me. That makes me very nervous. Do you have any questions so far?
I don't. Maybe just for Jeremy. Tell us a little bit about how you ended up in Broken Bow. What kind of led you here?
Yeah, so started talking to a friend of mine that's a CEO in Nebraska, and I was looking for an opportunity, and He highly recommended the community here. He's part of a network that we're in at Melham, and so working with Bryan Health Systems and some of our other networks that we've got that are affiliated with the same group that he's with. And so they were looking for a CEO here as well, and it seemed to work really well. When we came out here for our interview, my wife Doris and I, we just fell in love with the community and how open everybody was and welcomed us into the community. And we brought our kids with us, and they felt really comfortable with everybody as well. So it's been a nice welcome from Nebraska, and we are very appreciative of that.
Well, we love having new families come and bring the kids with them. That's makes it fun for everybody. I hope they really enjoy themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Jen, are you over there?
I'm sleeping. No, I'm here. Yes. No, I'm here.
All right. You mentioned that you're at the pharmacy, and of course, you've been out to the radio station a number of times over the years, working in the pharmacy portion of things, and also coming out for one box and different things. We've known each other a long time, so I'd like to ask you a personal question.
Oh, dear. Okay. I'll try and answer.
Honestly, just how are things going in this world we're living in right now in the pharmacy business? Is it making things a little more stressful, or?
Well, it is stressful. Like Jeremy said, everything changes so rapidly right now. With the developments of the different COVID variants that are coming out and the new medications that are coming out to try and fight these variants. So I wouldn't say it's super stressful. It's just a very steep learning curve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd like for her to maybe talk about a little bit kind of why we're kind of coming out today.
Okay.
Basically, to let the public know, be aware that there's different treatment now for the Omicron versus what we were dealing with prior to the Delta COVID.
Yeah, when Delta came through, we actually had 3 different manufacturers making these monoclonal antibodies, and that is the surefire thing that we have seen works to treat COVID. So if you're testing positive and we catch you within 10 days, we could treat you with that monoclonal, and that's free from the government.
And that was an IV outpatient treatment done at the hospital.
Yep. And then now with the Omicron variant, it seems to escape 2 of the 3 monoclonals that are available. So right now, all we have access to is one made by GlaxoSmithKline, and it's called Sotrovimab. The bad thing is they are not allocating as many to the hospitals that need it. Before, when Delta was around, they were allocating about 1,500 monoclonals to the state every week. Now we're getting 200 doses for the entire state of Nebraska. So it is very sparse and hard to get.
For the entire state?
For the entire state.
My goodness.
Right now, how many do we have?
We had 6 doses allocated to us 3 weeks ago, and we are currently out. We don't have any doses of the Sotrovimab left. And so what that means to the public is now, instead of getting a monoclonal, which is free from the government, the second option is you can do remdesivir outpatient now. It's a 3-day treatment, so you come back every day for 3 days and you get that remdesivir treatment, but it is not given to us by the government. We have to pay for it. So unfortunately, that's going to be a charge to the patient.
And it's fairly expensive.
Yes, and if you have poor kidneys, you're not a candidate. If you have liver issues, you're not a candidate. So it's not for everybody.
Yeah, there's a tier system for you to qualify for it. It's not just anybody can have it.
Yes, the monoclonals especially, because they are so hard to get, and the National Institutes of Health put out a prioritization scale, so we can decide which tier you fall in, and of course tier 1 and tier 2 are at highest risk for hospitalization or death from COVID, and so they get the preferential treatment. If you're in tiers 3 and 4, then you're a candidate for the remdesivir, or they have oral tablets called molnupiravir. Those are at Frontier Family Pharmacy and require a prescription from the doctor.
Okay, well, that's factual news. We wish it was better news. But,
right.
I guess the next question, the obvious one, would be, do you see or have you gotten any indication that this is going to improve in the near future, or have you gotten any information at all on it?
That's probably where I come in. Part of the issue is when it comes to viruses is detecting and then isolating those who are positive. This is where another problem lies. We are limited on testing. I do realize there's been a lot of information about getting testing, et cetera. So, even at our clinic and at most clinics now, we do not test if you are asymptomatic, even if you were exposed. We do not test unless you have been ill for 48 hours. And there's about a 48-hour to a 5-day window that we do testing. If you are not able to be treated, there's still a question whether we will test or not because we are limited on tests. We call daily to get more testing material, but again, we're not getting supplies. Mm-hmm. That's a state issue and other issues. So again, we're asking the public, please, if you've been sick for 8 hours, don't assume you're going to come to the clinic and get tested really anywhere. Mm-hmm. And again, if you feel like, you have a viral illness, and this illness is presenting several different ways, with some, especially in the younger kids, it's just nausea, vomiting. It's not those classic maybe Delta symptoms where you're losing smell and taste. There are still some with respiratory symptoms, obviously. But a virus is a virus, whether it's influenza or COVID, and, you don't want to be exposing other people, obviously. Staying home for a good 5 days and then wearing a mask for 5 days after that is always, the best form of treatment. So. Okay.
Brent, you have any questions as we go here?
No, I don't think so at this time.
Okay.
No.
All right. I guess it's not a secret that from the very beginning with Delta and the second virus or variant, I should say, and now we're at this point, people are a little worn out with all of this. I mean, I think that's obvious, and the information that we've got has been very fluid and changed as people. I think in some cases as people learn how to deal with maybe solving some of these issues, everything changed, and so the information has been kind of muddled as well. I think that's safe to say. If we could keep opinions out of it and stick with facts, we'd be much better off, wouldn't we?
Yeah, and I mean, I would appreciate, I would like to say, we appreciate the hospital. I think if anything in the medical community, we have really worked together. We appreciate Jen, who's the hospital pharmacy. Jeremy has come in and really taken over in just a very short while, and we really appreciate everything the hospital's done. I think with the public just being aware that the hospital is working with a short staff. I think sometimes people don't understand that we've kind of locked the hospital down. We're not Kearney or Lincoln, and we don't have an unlimited supply of nursing staff. If our nursing staff goes down, we don't have a hospital. We have to kind of lock it down, and please bear with us even at the clinic. It might take longer to be seen, but we have limited staff, and if staff is sick, they can't work, and we're just really limited, and we appreciate, all the support the community is showing.
Yeah, and even the larger places are in a similar situation. It's just it's tough at this size to if you have a couple people gone, it's maybe a little bit bigger deal, and there's a burnout. I mean, you're looking at going into the third year of this. As everybody has, but in the medical profession, I think the amount of time and dedication and stress and all the things that have gone with this whole thing since the beginning, it's also taken its toll too, I would imagine. So
yeah, now they have a new term. It's called compassion fatigue, because we've cared so long for so many people, and we're getting tired. It's not because we don't care. We're just, like you said, getting tired.
Yeah. Well, can I ask where we're at right now, in your opinion, as far as numbers go here locally? I know they're talking about Omicron beginning to fade a little bit in the east part of the country. They're talking about the Midwest being the next peak. Are we seeing numbers increase here? The folks that are coming to you for help?
Numbers are increasing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and this puts even more of that stress that we're talking about. Jeremy, as the CEO here, you've got all of those issues to deal with. Sounds like so far you've been working really good with the different departments, the docs and the pharmacy and so forth.
Yeah, so like I said, we have some great team that has really studied and learned what we can do to make things better at the hospital and the clinic, as well as, make sure that our patients are as safe as they can be. In addition, we're trying to figure out creative ways to recruit people and to make sure that we have as many of the staff that we need to take care of our patients. And like Dr. Lindstrom said, whenever people are sick, we have to send them home. So, we're working with short staff, and we're limiting the number of beds that we have available just because of the number of staff that we have to manage those beds. So we're trying to do everything that we can, and just like everybody else out there is, trying to come up with creative ways to recruit new team, as well as address that compassion fatigue that Jen mentioned, and making sure that people take the breaks that they need to take, and trying to be understanding from an employer standpoint that our team, is our everything, and so we have to take care of each other so that we can then take care of our patients.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Dr. Lindstrom, you mentioned the young people. I think generally this particular round we're told that the young people have been affected more. Have you seen that as well?
Yeah, we've seen quite a few from the younger than we had prior with Delta. Yeah.
Okay, and different symptoms.
Different symptoms. Yeah. So yeah.
It never. Mother Nature does not stay the same, does it?
It does not.
No.
It does not.
So, what can folks out there? You mentioned a couple of things I think that are obvious. If we're feeling really not very well, we should stay home. And I know without getting too far into this, I'll just say I've had both shots and been boosted. And if they come out with another booster, personally, I'm going to get another one. But there's a whole bunch of people out there that feel differently. So you all have masks on. I'm sure you're washing your hands. All those things that we talked about a lot in the first with Delta, we don't seem to be talking about, at least the media isn't, about washing our hands, masks, maybe staying apart from one another. Are these all things that would help you?
Yeah, I think it just, around here it becomes very political, and I think immunizations definitely have helped with, and what we see at the clinic and even at the hospital. If you're immunized and definitely boosted with the Omicron, you have a much less symptomatic process if you do get COVID. I think people don't always understand immunizations. If you're immunized, it doesn't mean you're not going to get COVID. It just means you're most likely not to die from COVID.
Get as sick.
Right, and get as ill and miss as much work, which is really the primary goal. So.
Okay. Yeah. On the lighter side, I want to let you know that after I had the booster, I felt much more romantic.
Your poor wife.
That's a nice plug there.
Dave's always one of these guys that has different side effects
yes.
from everybody else.
I see that.
I have a question. How should we gauge symptoms? There's so many other things going on. I know people are battling sinus infection and everything. What about people just judging their symptoms and making that decision? Do I need to go to the doctor? Do I need to stay home? Is it based on whether you have a fever? Everybody is different. Do you have any suggestion on how people should judge their symptoms when they're battling something?
Welcome to my world.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, I think if you have an autoimmune disease or you're elderly with multiple medical problems or you just have multiple medical problems, that always changes the picture a little bit. But if you're a pretty healthy individual, fever often goes with a virus. Sinus infections are notoriously viral. 14 days of a virus is not unusual. I think people, tend to come in for an antibiotic. They get an antibiotic and they get better in 14 days that they were going to get better in without an antibiotic.
Yeah.
In my household, they know. They'll tell you they're going to be sick for 14 days before I'm going to really take a good look at them, good or bad. Again, it just kind of depends on who you are. Sure. If you're elderly and you have multiple medical problems, yeah, we need to probably take a look at you. But again, if you're pretty healthy, young, if there's 3 people in your family with the exact same illness, it's probably viral.
Yeah. And then we have to make that decision to stay home, maybe work at home, do some of those things, not knowing for sure, right?
Right. And you can always call and ask. We have nursing staff that'll talk to you, and absolutely.
Okay. Jeremy, you have anything to add to that as far as probably the question right there is the big one, is when do I decide whether, I got a cold or I got a cough or headaches from sinuses? There's all this stuff going around. Makes it really difficult for the doctors and the staff to deal with, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And, whenever you're sick, obviously the things that you would just recommend is just continue, like you mentioned earlier, taking extra precautions to wash your hand and try to prevent spreading that as much as possible. And if, staying a little bit further away from people that you typically would, then, those are things that you can do to try to help at least slow the spread of these things. So.
Okay. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you guys wanted to visit about this morning? Because we really appreciate you coming out.
Yes.
Can tell you that. And you're welcome to come back anytime if there's anything that we can help with or get some factual information out, other than the romantic thing with the booster. I think that's the only gray area that we've had this morning.
So you should get boosted before Valentine's Day. Push the boosters for Valentine's.
When will those be available, Jen?
We did have a vaccine clinic on Friday, so we were able to get as many people that work at the hospital and the clinics as well as their families, either their first, second, or booster dose. So we were happy to do that, and we're excited to be able to continue providing that to our team as they need those vaccinations. So.
And as we go along here, the hospital is taking all the precautions necessary, so expect continued safety precautions to be implemented at the hospital, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks for the invitation.
Thanks. Yeah,
I bet you probably have an appointment coming in, don't you, Doc?
I do. I just want to say the last time I was out here was 1987. Doing a high school show, which just aged me, by the way.
You were doing Concord, weren't you?
I was.
All right. Well, you're welcome back anytime, Doc. Appreciate it. Jeremy, it's nice meeting you. Come back and see us.
Absolutely.
Jen, always good to see you.
Thank you.
Jeannie, take care. Did you get everything you needed there?
I think so.
Okay, all right. We'll take a time out. We'll continue with these words.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
Are prairie dogs wreaking havoc in your pastures? Then get rid of them with Rosol from Aeroseed. Rosol is a restricted use pesticide approved for use on prairie dogs by licensed pesticide applicators between October 1st and March 15th. Rosol is an easy-to-use bait that provides excellent acceptance, has superior weatherability, and proven reliability. To learn more about Rosol, call or stop by Aeroseed in Broken Bow today.
We're smack dab in the middle of winter now, and your legs and feet want to stay comfy. We have what you need at Bow Bootery. This week, we've marked 25% off socks, leggings, and tights. And we have a lot to choose from, so come stock up. Plus, Thorlos and Danpo socks are only $5 a pack. At Bow Bootery, we're all about keeping your feet happy and comfy. Bow Bootery, your home-owned shoe store on the east side of the square in Broken Bow.
Before I get it done, will you decide?
The Red Hot Chili Peppers on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Thanks so much to the folks from our hospital and clinic for coming in today. Our new CEO of Jenny and Melham Hospital, Jeremy Klingenpeel, and of course Dr. Julie Lindstrom and Jen Schaaf and Jeannie for coming in and documenting that. Appreciate their willingness to come in and talk about a very important issue, probably the issue of the day, and it sounds like there are predictions as far as the numbers going up in the Midwest are happening here. You heard Dr. Julia Lindstrom state that. Younger people affected a little bit more. And I cannot believe at this point that we don't have the tests we need, that they need. So that's a hard one to understand, but that's where we're at right now. So be patient with them. I think that's what they're asking for, is your understanding here. And again, you got to make that decision of when you're not feeling good, what do I do? Yeah. And that's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
Tough question. For instance, we'll use Mr. Apperson, who has this, I don't know what you call it, dry cough every winter about this time of year, so we kind of know it's coming, and you kind of think, well, we're okay because Brent gets this every year. I've been hearing some coughing and sneezing going on around here. Myself, I've been, feeling a little bit under the weather, and you're going, well, should I be here?
Yeah.
And you just need to do some of the things that we were doing before, and that's wash our hands, cough into our elbows, kind of stay away from maybe hugging and kissing strangers. But, all kidding aside, when the little ones come in, then I think it hits home a little bit harder when we see little ones get it. So let's keep that in mind, or your grandparents, or it's just going into the third year of this is a little bit unreal, surreal, really. Yeah. But we appreciate the folks coming in to talk about it this morning and letting you know where they're at right now. And as things change and hopefully improve, we'll hopefully be able to talk to them about some of that as well. So that was very interesting. Now, we mentioned earlier it's the start of income tax season.
You said that, yeah.
Yeah. And if you're kind of those kind of people that worry about people spying on you.
You're one of those.
Well, yeah. Or maybe scammers,
There's
all
plenty of them out there.
Okay, well, here's a good story for you on a scammer. There's a woman who outsmarted a phone scammer just the other day. A Long Island grandmother pulled one over on some phone scammers. Mm-hmm. Now, you've heard about when they call and they say, hey, this is your grandson, and cars broke down in wherever, and could you send me some money type of thing. Well, she got a call from someone claiming to be her grandson. He said he was arrested for drunk driving and begged for $8,000 in bail money. But the woman doesn't have a grandson who drives. So he kind of got himself in trouble. So after several more calls, she told him she had money in her house. So the guy pretending to be the bail's bondman showed up to collect what was supposed to be the bail payment, and he was promptly arrested.
Nice.
So she outsmarted him. She said, yeah, I want to get you out of jail. Come to the house, and we'll get you the money. And they were met by the police.
There you go.
Yeah. This is the other side of it. This one here, if you're, I know that for a while there was talk of when you got a COVID vaccine, there were little chips in it. And, all of that Facebook, internet, social media information.
Sure.
You want to call it that? Yeah. And some people bought into that. They thought there was going to be a chip in their shot. I had to explain to me really neatly for that. It was a person in medicine. We met at Thanksgiving for Thanksgiving dinner, and we have a relative who works in Council Bluffs at a hospital there. And she said, I just couldn't understand how people could think that you would get one chip in your vein from getting one shot. Because she said, oh, by the way, they don't just come in one shot. They stick a needle into a bottle that dispenses about 8 or 9 shots. So how would you just know that when you stuck the needle into that bottle and took that one shot, you were getting one chip?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. So here's another one for you. IRS can require facial recognition ID if you go that route.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're talking IRS earlier. If you use the IRS website portal to pay your taxes, prepare to unload a selfie. The government agency will start using facial recognition software starting this summer. You'll have to register with ID.me, an online identity verification service.
Really?
Yeah. In addition to facial recognition, the IRS will require several other proof of identity documents like utility bills and driver's license. But they will accept your...
A picture of you.
Yeah. Facial recognition software that will recognize your face. And we're worried about a chip in our vaccination.
Well,
you're going to give them a picture of facial recognition they can scan with software?
I don't know.
Weird Science and Tech is the name of that one.
Yeah.
Hey. I think this might be a good thing.
Okay.
Amazon is opening brick and mortar clothing stores.
Oh, you mean a place I can actually go and look at something and then buy it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's been a few years ago now. I read that this was probably going to be something that these large companies like Amazon would consider. And I thought that might be like someday getting a JCPenney store in your town. If a large company like that is willing to put a bricks and mortar building into your town, whatever the size, so that you can do exactly what you're thinking about. And that's going in after you've ordered something that didn't come in the right size, or you just want to reorder something that you weren't happy with.
Or try it on before you buy it?
Yeah, and I think probably that'll go to Weird Science again. I'm thinking eventually you'll be able to go into a store, and if the item is not there, you'll be scanned, and you can order your garment from the scan.
Oh.
That's not in this story, but I'm betting that's on the way.
Yeah.
So Amazon is entering the physical retail clothing space. On Thursday, they announced its first opening for an in-person apparel store called Amazon Style, set to debut in Glendale, California. The store will be pretty high-tech. Individual items will have QR codes that can be scanned for color and size, then brought to a fitting room for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Need a different size? Just click a touch screen and it shows up. No more running out half-dressed and shifting through the racks, going in and out of the waiting room, or the change room.
Yeah.
You can just push buttons in your little dressing room there, and they'll bring it to you.
Wow. Okay. I'm still more comfortable going to the wonderful places that we have right here in town and actually talk to a human being and say, "Hey, I'm looking for this." Well, come over here. I've got something that
Yeah.
I'll stick with that.
I will too.
Okay.
But don't be surprised if you don't start seeing Amazon bricks and mortar stores in the country.
Yeah. Wow.
Full circle, if you want to look at it
you're
that
right.
way.
Yeah, full circle.
Yeah. We'll take a time out. We'll be back with more right after these words.
Ansley Lumber and Supply is proud to be your full-service lumber yard. From premium lumber and top-quality building materials to paint, tools, and ag supplies. When you drop by Ansley Lumber, their crew is prepared to help you with your project. From the materials for building a house to the accessories and pieces needed to make it a home. Ansley Lumber hopes you stop by to talk to them about your dream project. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley, or call 308-935-1815.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow if auto owners make sense for you. 8:44 is your time. Brent and Dave with you on The Breakfast Show. Brent.
Dave.
I run an experiment this morning to see whether you would notice. Oh, and you didn't, so I'm going to point out that I wanted to have this Monday be Geek Day.
Is that why you're wearing white socks with black shoes?
Yeah, I hope that the new CEO at the hospital didn't notice I have white socks on.
I noticed, but I just didn't say anything.
Now, is that still geeky? Because I got white socks on.
Here's the way I look. I mean, they're like tube socks, right? Now, do they go clear up to? You like the ones that come clear up to almost your knee?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Okay. I don't like wearing just short socks.
Yeah.
Let me get that out again.
Now me,
short socks.
Like mine, I have ankle socks on.
Yeah, see those.
Okay.
Those would drive me crazy.
But no, because you are wearing tennis shoes.
Oh.
Now, if you were wearing, say, a more of a dress type shoe, and we're wearing white tube socks with them, then I would say that's kind of geeky, Dave. But because they're tennis shoes, I've got no problem with the white socks, even though the shoes are black.
Yeah.
I think you look fine.
I don't have any white shoes, so.
Yeah.
Or, I guess I have some. Yeah. I just thought, well, it's Monday. I'm gonna dress like a geek day, but I didn't know if it was still geeky to wear white socks. And I got to say, I have a different attitude with these white socks on.
Yeah. Now, are those magic socks like your black socks are?
No.
No.
These are just regular white socks.
Now, so because you've pretty well mentioned here live on the show that your special black socks are somewhat magic, and you wear them for a full week. You never change them out for a full week. What about the white ones? Do you wash these, or are these socks basically going to stay on your feet for a week as well?
These are only good for one day.
1 day.
Yeah, these are one-dayers.
All right.
Kind of, like well, I guess, you could stretch it, but I think 1 day's healthy.
Okay.
They don't have the magic in them that the
other socks do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Just curious. Yeah. I just didn't know.
Well, thanks for asking.
You bet.
I wanted you to know I care about you.
Oh, thanks.
I want you to be healthy, and I want you to be careful when you're watching TV.
Okay. All right. So what do I need to do when I'm watching TV? There's something I need to do to stay safe while I watch TV?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Get up and move around every 30 minutes or so.
Oh.
Don't just binge watch TV and sit there. Because just when you're settling into a good winter binge,
yes,
new research says there's a connection between watching too much TV and developing blood clots.
Oh, okay.
Blockages form in the veins from lack of circulation, like when you're sitting in the same position for an extended period. The study found that 35% of those who watch more than 4 hours of TV a day are more likely to develop clots. If you still want to watch that long, researchers suggest you get up and stretch and move around every 30 minutes.
Okay.
So if you're on a binge...
That's good advice, actually. Yeah, that's good advice.
And you, let's face it, if we watched football yesterday...
right, the last 2 days.
Yeah, there was probably a good 4 hours maybe on each game.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. Circulation... You stay in one position, and 35% of those who watch more than 4 hours a day are likely to develop blood clots. More science for you this morning on The Breakfast Show.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for you to bring something up that occurred over the weekend, and I'm a little bit disappointed.
No, I was going to.
Are you going to bring that up?
I was going to. Folks,
okay. All right.
My wife and I were working on trimming down a big bush by our back door on Saturday, and we thought it would only be a small job. It wouldn't take very long. But you know how that goes in yard work, folks. Once you start, you realize, there's roots under the ground and on and on and on. And we were just finishing up working on it, and then our neighbor came over. Brent Amperson came over to see if we needed any help. Didn't ask, didn't even expect Brent to come over. He come over and offered to help. And I don't even think he couldn't really see the progress on the job because it's on the east side of our house, and it blocked it. So I don't think that Brent waited until he saw that the trailer was fully loaded with branches. He came over and asked, not knowing if we were done yet, and we were pretty much done with it.
And I got to tell you, I was thrilled that you were basically done.
I thought you probably would be.
But I did come over to see if you needed help.
You did. He did, folks. The neighbor pulled through.
week. We'll start with the Southwest Conference Tournament first. This, is, of course, is where we'll be covering Broken Bow for you. Broken Bow, long-time member of the Southwest Conference. And tonight we're going to be up at the Indian Gym. The Broken Bow girls basketball team is the top seed in the Southwest Conference Tournament. They're looking for their 5th tournament title in a row. And so we're going to follow them on their journey again this year, and we'll be up at the Indian Gym for you tonight when they host Valentine. Tip-off for the game is 6 o'clock, and we'll broadcast it for you on KCNI 96.3 FM and also on the web at KCNI1280.com. That's tonight. Also tonight, we're going to start our coverage of the Mid-Nebraska Activities Conference Basketball Tournament. We'll have boys' second-round action for you tonight. Jeremy and Gavin are going to go to Mullen tonight for you, and we'll have 2 games. The first one will be a great area matchup with Anselmo Myrna against South Loop. That'll tip at 5:30 Central Time, and then that'll be followed by Mullen against Arthur County. We'll broadcast both games. You can listen to them on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. And we'll do a live video stream accompanied by our radio call of both games tonight, which you can access on the KCNI KBBN YouTube page and on the Sandhills Express Facebook page as well. And then we'll go ahead and tell you what we're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have full coverage of the Mid-Nebraska Activities Conference Basketball Tournament, as we'll be in 2 places for you. We'll have the full second round of the girls' tournament tomorrow. We're going to be live in Arnold with a radio broadcast of the 2 games there. We'll start with Twin Loop against Mullen at 5:30, followed by South Loop against Hyannis. Those games can be heard on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. And then we'll be in Myrna for the other second-round games of the girls' tournament. We'll start with Sandhills Thetford against Arthur at 5:30, followed by Anselmo Myrna against Sandhills Valley. And we'll do those on the radio on KCNI 96.3 FM tomorrow. And because our radio signal will be not nearly as broad tomorrow on KCNI, we're going to take our video camera to those games in Myrna so you can watch those on our live video stream on the KCNI KBBN YouTube page and on Sandhills Express Facebook page. So that's what's coming up the next 2 days, and we'll just leave it right there, and then we'll just keep you updated with what our coverage will be as we go through the week.
All right, thank you very much, Brent. Yes, we'll keep track of it. I should say the guys will, because they'll be calling all the games. They'll know who's playing who next, and it will be very, very fluid week of, people working their way through the brackets, and
yep,
it's going to be fun.
It will be fun. Yep, great week.
All right, it's fun watching businesses grow, and one of those businesses that has really grown is Power Solutions. Now, you might remember when Michael Hoff first came back to town, he had a business right across from like Culligan Water, right in that area, and where the old Conley camper was, along there. And it worked great for a little while, but he grew so much that he actually went out on the east edge of town and built a big, beautiful shop out there. And as you watch him continue to add different products and different services, he has just grown dramatically, and that means he needs more help.
Yeah, a couple of opportunities for you through Power Solutions LLC in Broken Bow. They're looking right now to add a diesel service technician. Of course, they are a diesel repair shop, and as a technician, you'll be inspecting, doing diagnostic analysis, troubleshooting, servicing, and repairing of semis, heavy-duty trucks, and other related equipment. A relocation assistance and hiring bonus is available as well. They offer competitive wages and benefits. And they're also looking to add a service parts manager to their team as well. As a service parts manager, some of the duties there would be ordering parts, check on incoming parts deliveries, and prepare returns, organize parts and inventory. And again, with this job, relocation assistance and hiring bonus would be available. Offering competitive wages and benefits. If you're interested in any of these opportunities, contact Michael at 872-5522, or you can send your resume to this email. It's office.powersolution @gmail.com. And for all the details on these two job postings, you can check them out in full by going to sandyhillsexpress.com and checking out the employment page.
All right, thank you very much, Brent. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. President Biden is considering new troop deployments to Eastern Europe and new economic sanctions amid signs Russia could invade Ukraine soon. CBS's Weijia Zhang.
The White House still believes there is a path forward, though, with diplomacy and dialogue. And that is why the U.S. has not pulled the trigger on sanctions yet.
COVID cases are leveling off in more U.S. cities, but the World Health Organization's Dr. Ted Ghebreyesus is warning Omicron won't be the last variant.
Globally, the conditions are ideal for more variants to emerge.
WikiLeaks founder will be allowed to appeal his U.S. extradition case to Britain's highest court. His fiancée, Stella Morris.
We are far from achieving justice in this case because Julian has been incarcerated for so long and he should not have spent a single day in prison.
He faces espionage charges in this country. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NFL divisional playoffs, the Chiefs outlast the Bills for a 42-36 overtime win. Buffalo quarterback Josh Allen had 329 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. But Kansas City quarterback Patrick Mahomes had 378 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Buffalo was up 3 with 13 seconds left. Mahomes, 2 completions of 19 and 31 yards to get kicker Harrison Butker in position to tie it from 49 yards out. First possession of OT goes to Kansas City. They go 8 plays, 75 yards. Patrick Mahomes, an 8-yard touchdown pass to tight end Travis Kelce to win it. Kansas City advances to the AFC title game. They'll host Cincinnati. The Rams hold off the Buccaneers for a 30-27 win. LA was in control, leading 27-3 late third quarter. Tampa Bay then outscored LA 24-3 the rest of the way, but that 3 for LA was a game-winning kick with no time left from Matt Gay, 30 yards out, set up by 2 quarterback Matthew Stafford completions to wide receiver Cooper Kupp of 20 and 44 yards. LA will host San Francisco in the NFC title game.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for partly sunny skies. Can't rule out a chance for an afternoon sprinkle developing with our temperatures holding fairly steady, while breezy west to northwest winds. For tonight, slight chance for some light snow showers developing late, lows in the lower teens. For Tuesday, any light snow wrapping up by midday with a high of 24, but returning to the lower 40s on Wednesday. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, has the offerings you're looking for this winter to prepare for next year. As you know, every season brings new focuses. Here are theirs right now. Specials on driveline conversions, sprinkler packages, and winter maintenance specials to name a few. If you've worked with Custer Electric and Irrigation in the past, you know that they want to get you taken care of the right way at the best price possible. They encourage you to get the work you need done scheduled as soon as possible because prices are rapidly increasing for a lot of supplies. Plus, that schedule book can only get so full. Don't forget licensed electrical work you might need done too on ag, commercial, and residential applications. Ask for a free quote. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer in Broken Bow, serving the whole area with electrical, agricultural, and commercial services. Call today at 872-7786. Follow them on Facebook or visit custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
36 degrees outside here at Broken Bow. Lots of sunshine. A few clouds floating around out there. It's going to be a windy day. And that reminds us to remind you of the dangers of fire out there. They're very high right now. Red flag, if you will, just simply haven't had any moisture. The wind's been blowing. And this time of year, you typically think, well, it's frozen and snowy and won't have that problem. But, man, it's brittle out there for this time of year. So please be careful. Do you have your phone there? Could you Goog for me? I heard Casey Johnson used the term Goog. Rather, you don't even have to say Google anymore. You
can just shorten it up now, can't you?
Would you Goog. Brew Baker's Coffee House and Gifts for us?
Sure. Just give me about 15, 20 minutes.
Can you? I'll tell you what. I'll take a break while you Goog.
Okay.
Bro. By the way, how's your mom and dad? How you doing, Mom? How you doing, Jim?
They're doing great. I talked to them yesterday, as a matter of fact.
That's good.
Yeah.
Everything. Do they feel bad for me?
Bad for you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, know my mom. You're like become her favorite now. Just, how's Dave?
Oh, Peggy. Thanks so much, Mom. Appreciate it. I love working with my bro here, your son.
All right, where do you want me to go? Their Facebook page?
No, phone number.
Oh, phone number.
Yeah.
Well, they're not open today. You know that, right?
Oh, darn it. Well, go ahead and give them the phone number anyway.
Oh, okay.
If you don't mind.
Well.
Oh, did you lose it?
No, I went to their Facebook page. Let me go to. Well, now I'm really way off here.
Jeremy is just ready to
Yeah, Jeremy's
blow.
screaming in the back. He's like, oh, geez, Apperson. I don't know if that's going to... Yeah, that doesn't give me their phone number either. Wait a minute. It's probably on my live read. I've got a live read.
Well, let's do the live read and see if there's a phone number.
There's no phone number on the live read. Just hang in there, Jeremy. I'm going to Google again. Oh, rats. Now I got off my search. Now I got to retype it in.
Oh, let me just take a break while you get...
okay. Well, okay.
All right. We'll come back.
Oh, I got the number.
Okay.
You want it?
Well, I don't need it now. I was going to call and ask a favor of them. Well, maybe we can do that.
Okay. Yeah. You still want me to give the number?
Sure.
All right.
Well, just maybe at the end of your live read, or maybe you should jot that number on the live read.
Oh, I could. Sure.
That might be a good thing to have.
Do you just want me to go to the live read now or wait a while?
Well, let's go with the live read.
Go with the live read? Okay.
This is live radio. Let's
That's
go with
right.
the live read.
Proof again that Brent and Dave don't script the show before we come on the air. Brewbaker's Coffee House and Gifts. Not open today, but they're open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5. Open on Saturday, 9 to 3. Phone numbers, 308-529-0228. A historic destination, Barista Bar and Gift Shop, right there in Arnold, Nebraska. Baked goods, full barista bar, and fabulous gifts, too. Check out the gift shop. Also, two of their popular things, Dark Canyon Coffee and Piper Leaf Teas, they're available for purchase now. So you can grab some to take home with you or have at work. And they always serve up delicious baked treats each and every day. So come on in, enjoy a treat, enjoy a nice cup of coffee, latte, cappuccino, whatever you would like. Brewbaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold, Nebraska. Open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5, and open on Saturday from 9 to 3.
All right, now we'll take that break.
Okay. Did you know that Off-Broadway in Broken Bow has apartment openings? And did you know that they have 5 different styles of apartments? That means it's easy to find one that fits what you need. Plus, you can move into Off-Broadway almost immediately. If you or a loved one are not sure if senior living is for you, talk to your friends at Off-Broadway and they'll show you the many options you have to choose from. At Off-Broadway, they serve 3 home-cooked meals a day, have numerous daily activities, transportation, and much more. Ask about their specials going on right now at Off-Broadway in Broken Bow.
Stay up to date on your bank accounts no matter where your schedule takes you. Sign up for mobile or online banking with Bruning Bank to keep track of your accounts anywhere, anytime. At home, the gym, grocery store, day or night. Deposit checks, transfer between accounts, view transactions, and check balances. Set up bill pay so you never forget to pay a bill ever again. Ready to simplify your life? Download the app or visit bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Ready for spring? You're definitely not the only one. The Garden Center in Broken Bow loves everything about spring, especially the plants. To make it like spring indoors year-round, they have beautiful full house plants. Plus, some spring planting items have already arrived too. Open Tuesday to Friday 10 to 5:30 and Saturday 10 to 2. Located 1 block south off Highway 2, just turned by the Tumbleweed Cafe. Check out their new line of Keepers of the Light candles that burn for 155 hours at the Garden Center in Broken Bow.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
Dave and Brent with you here on The Breakfast Show, reminding you that we'll be giving away another $25 gift card to Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique before we close the show today during our Love Local giveaway, and be listening for details about the Chamber of Commerce's Love Local promotion as well. That's coming up before we close the show. A couple of jobs that are available, and I think we might need to check with Mead Lumber. I know this is something that we'll want to do before we read that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to put that to the side?
Yeah, would you? We'll see if the girls
Okay.
can make a call here for us. I'm thinking they might have filled one of those jobs.
Okay. Well, we're down to just one.
Oh, okay, good. So
Yeah.
that's been done. Okay.
Well, I'm just going by the sheet.
Okay. They had more than one job. Now they just have one.
Yes.
Well, that's good. That's good. That I was told that they got one position filled. And they thought due to the ads are running on the radio. So that's good to
that's
hear.
good.
And I
Yeah.
didn't know they got that changed. So go ahead.
Yeah. According to this, they're still looking for a sales associate. Would be responsible for various sales duties, including sales support functions, office coordination, and assist with some merchandise deliveries. You would need to develop a working knowledge of company products, procedures, culture, and customer service philosophy. Also perform daily cash balancing, of course, answer telephone, listen and work with customers to solve customer complaints. Just some of the responsibilities of this position. They offer a competitive pay and great benefit package. So to find out more, just contact Mead Lumber. And if you'd like to check out the full job posting, you can go to sandhillsexpress.com and check out the employment page.
All right. Thank you very much, Brent. Peg, your son did a pretty good job on that one. How would you grade him on that? Oh, I see. Yeah. Hey, there's a job also at the city of Broken Bow. This is more of a clerical job, isn't it?
Yes, they're looking for a deputy clerk. You must possess strong written, verbal, organizational, interpersonal skills, and the ability to maintain confidentiality of sensitive information. Looking for someone with at least an associate's degree in related field, preferred, or 2 years related work experience. Also, previous experience in an office environment and proficiency in Microsoft Office Suite. Applications will be accepted until the position is filled. You can submit your resume, completed application, and 3 references to Deputy Clerk Search. Attention, City Clerk Candy Peters, P.O. Box 504, Broken Bow, of course, zip code 68822. You can also submit these electronically as well by sending them to the email of kpeters@cityofbrokenbow.org. For questions, contact Candy at 872-5831.
Neil Diamond, 81 years old today.
Maxwell soft gels are $6.99, or 100 count 1,200 milligram for $9.99. COQ10 30 count $9.99. Century 50 plus 125 count tablets are $6.99, as are Century Men 50 plus and Women 50 plus 100 count. Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
If you are looking for the latest techniques, look no further. Team Physical Therapy has skilled therapists that are able to offer you not only manual therapy, expert exercise programs to treat your neck, back, shoulder, and knee pain, but also dry needling. Call 872-5111. Our highly trained staff are here to get you moving again and enjoy life. Call 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
The Key Ranch annual production sale will be held on Thursday, January 27th at the ranch 2 miles north of Miller, Nebraska. Sale listing includes registered Angus yearling and coming 2-year-old bulls, registered and commercial Angus yearling heifers, and a select group of fall-bred females. Questions? Call Caleb at 308-991-2234 or Aaron at 308-991-9650. Check out our website, key-ranch.com. That's Key Ranch, where we're unlocking higher potential.
When it comes to protecting your bottom line, who you have in your corner matters. Like a crop insurance agent backed by a team focused on fast, accurate claim service. An agent there by your side, taking care of details every step of the way. You need an agent who works with RCIS so you can rest easy no matter what comes your way. Talk to your agent about your risk management plan or visit rcis.com. At RCIS, we've got this. RCIS is an equal opportunity provider. Coverage is underwritten by Rural Community Insurance Company.
Silently, radon can enter your home through cracks you didn't even know were there. Even if your home has been tested before or a passive radon system was installed when it was built, your home may still have an elevated level of this cancer-causing gas. Slightly dramatic, but all true. It's Radon Action Month, so take action by having your home tested for this naturally occurring radioactive gas. And remember, your home should be tested after renovating or every 2 years. A message from the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services.
921, one more job availability that we want to tell you about, and I believe that is at the Village of Myrna. They are looking for an employee. What's on your phone, Brent?
I'm sorry, Dave.
Aren't you paying attention?
Well, I got a text from my mom.
Oh, good. How you doing, Mom?
She says, "Good morning, sons."
My heart is just warm.
You both always brighten my day. Have a good week. From Mom.
My phone just went off. It's probably a separate message from your mom to me.
I'm surprised she hasn't asked for your number. Here is the information about the job opening at the Village of Myrna. They're hiring a part-time position of village clerk with flexible hours. Clerk responsibilities would include meter reading, billing, recording payments, monthly, quarterly, and yearly reports, including budget and audit. Other responsibilities include the procedural aspects of council meetings, preparing the agenda, and handling and maintaining all official correspondence and records for village meetings. Again, this is for the Village of Myrna. A strong understanding of QuickBooks and other computer applications is required. Wages will depend on experience. Call the Myrna Village office at 308-643-2281 to find out more, or you can contact Kelly at 308-880-0250 to obtain an application. Electronic is available. Applications will be accepted until the position is filled, and you can drop off your application in the drop box at the community building there in Myrna.
All right, thank you so much. Your mother just warmed my heart and made me feel very, very thankful. And that made me want to read something to our listeners that would make them feel warm and fuzzy, like your mom just made me feel warm and fuzzy. The numbers are in. The Betty White Challenge officially raised $12.7 million for animal shelters across the country. On January 17th, which would have been Betty's 100th birthday, fans were encouraged to donate to their local shelters. It was to honor the late actress's love for animals. Meta a.k.a. Facebook, says 390,000 people contributed to the Betty White Challenge on its social media platform. Betty White passed away on December 31st, as you remember, and this actually raised $12.7 million for animal shelters across the country.
That's great.
Neat. That's pretty neat. All right.
Now you got that contemplative look again.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide.
Do I say this? Do I read this? Do I address this? Do I not?
I'm going to get on a little bit of a soapbox here.
Oh boy.
So it's kind of in relation to what we were talking about earlier this morning when we had folks in from the hospital and clinic. I mention this to you every once in a while, and I don't think you watch it, but CBS has a Sunday morning news program on, which I usually try to catch. It's usually very good. And it was very good, and it covered all the topics of the day. And then at the end, they had a panel of people, and they were all Zoomed together with the host, Margaret. And they had been on once before, a year or so ago, maybe at the beginning of COVID. And there were supporters of there were Trump supporters, folks who voted for Biden, and so there was a mixture of different political choices there. And it didn't really seem to matter whether it was Biden or Trump backers, or a lot of these folks seemed like they were most of them were from the southern half of the United States, but I don't think that I don't know what that had to do with it. But anyway, they just asked him, are you better off now than you were when the first round of COVID came to the country? They all said, no, we're not better off. Is the economy better than it's making a comeback? Has it improved for you? Some of them even put their thumbs down. There was not one question that the moderator asked any of those people that they answered in a positive way. Not one out of the whole group. They were all a bunch of whiners.
Well,
I honestly sit there and they got off on this deal about, well, the cost of groceries are up, inflation is up.
Yes.
And the one gal who said she was a retired person and having difficulty making ends meet. They asked them then, well, did the $1,400 that you received twice during that period of time help you at all? No, not really. What did the extended unemployment help you out very much at all? No, not really. Didn't really affect them. It didn't really help me out any at all. There was not one thing that either one on either side of the aisle of those people that was better. And they're sitting in the warmth of their houses. One was an instructor, a teacher. They had all kind of retired, different people. Not one of those people that were asked a question answered, well,
Not one said, I'm thankful for what I have.
Yeah, not one.
Okay.
And I was talking with my wife afterwards, and I said, if you would have had all that panel full of people who come out of the grand generation, the World War II generation, and they asked them that same question, those people would have been probably like our mom, our mothers.
Yes.
And Jim. They probably would have said, well, there's a few inconveniences, but I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
I'm on Zoom with you. I'm able to afford the internet. I'm sitting in the warmth of my house. It's nice and warm, and I'm, eating food, and I'll get along all right. Those people back in the day knew how to make the most of any situation. They went through all kinds of things, and they understand real difficulties. And these people are going, well, I'd really like to be able to afford some bacon. And that was kind of a joke. Then pretty soon another lady comes up and said, yeah, I'd what they said, what do you want? well, I want to be able to buy some bacon. And I'm thinking, I would wonder what that answer would have been if it would have been World War II era people, or people who had come through the Dust Bowl and Depression and through some real tough times. Not that there haven't been people that have went through very tough times with COVID. Please don't misunderstand me. But there should have been at least one answer out of all of those questions with that many people from different walks of life that said, no, I'm okay. I appreciate what I got, appreciate the help I got. I'm still struggling a little bit, but we'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll work as Americans. We'll get it done. No. I'm off my soapbox now.
Okay. I listen. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's about me. It's about me.
Uh-huh.
How are you? How about helping out other people, or concerns about other people? There was no conversation about that. It was all about me. No, I'm not. I don't. That $1,400 twice just didn't hardly do a thing for me. Extended unemployment didn't do a thing for me. Now they're spending all this money on infrastructure. That's not doing anything for me. For me.
Yeah. I know.
What was the phrase that we used the other day that President Kennedy used when he was inaugurated?
Oh, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Wow. That got lost somewhere. All right. I'm off my soapbox. Apologies.
Okay, that's all right.
I hope your mother's not mad at me.
I doubt it.
My mother's been mad at me before, so I think I'll be all right. Okay. I guess you didn't know this. Is the news department still on for dinner today? We going out to lunch?
What?
Yeah.
The news department? When are you going to take the sports department out for lunch? I've seen you go out with your salespeople before.
Yeah.
Not on a regular basis. I want to say that. Christy's in the back already going, when was the last time you were taking me out? But are you serious? You're taking the news department out for lunch?
Yeah, we were supposed to go last week, but then I had I had the economic development meeting was at noon last Monday, and I'd forgotten that, and I'd invited Gavin and Emily to go out for lunch.
Well,
I was a little hurt that he had to cancel, but I understand. It was a busy meeting, big day, so I'm hoping that we're still on for today.
Yeah, well, I think we should be. What do you say, steaks? Steaks? Or
I
I'd like a big old juicy steak.
I would love one with garlic mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That'd be great.
And
But whatever. I'm flexible.
And we could do it this way. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Hey!
Well, Higgy's got to call a game tonight. I just want to say that, okay? So keep that in mind.
That would be something.
I thought we would give Emily a chance to gloat a little bit. She has her KC shirt on.
I sure do. My heart rate is still coming back down a little bit.
Wasn't that a wild game?
It was insane. The last, because I was, it was right around bedtime, so I'm kind of doing stuff with the kids, picking up toys a little bit, and it was like, whoa, I got to stop and watch what's happening, because every time you blink, something else changed.
Yeah, it did.
It was awesome. I was not expecting that, especially after this season in general, but that was crazy.
Well, they've really come around. The emotions that those players would have went through the last, basically quarter of the, but really towards the end. I mean,
the last 2 minutes.
The last 2 minutes
was insane.
It was crazy.
That was crazy.
Up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah. 20. What was it? 25 points.
Points scored within the last 2 minutes in overtime.
Yeah.
And unbelievable.
That's
unbelievable.
crazy.
What a fun, exciting game, and for them to go to the AFC.
Well, yeah, if you're a Chiefs fan.
4 years in a row. Are you a Bills fan?
Not really, but I feel for the Bills fans.
Well, sure. Well, especially when
Poor people.
Because I saw, they show the fans, and so you're looking at their faces like they've got they're excited, they've got hope, and then just boom, just to come crashing down.
Even the players, Kansas City players, when they thought they'd lost, they just looked like, oh, this is the end.
Not Patrick Mahomes.
No, he was cool.
I mean, they showed him with 13 on the sideline, with 13 seconds left, and you could see in his mind, it's like, I got 13 seconds.
It's not over yet.
I got 13 seconds.
Yep.
You could just see it.
You made the most of it.
The guy's amazing. And the Buffalo quarterback's amazing too.
Yeah.
Do you notice his eyes got bigger in the fourth quarter? The Bills quarterback. I mean, he's pretty calm and collected all the way through the game. I mean, he was like throwing darts, and he was cool and calm and collected. And he still did a great job even under all that pressure at the end. But his eyes got as big around as marbles.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
It was wild. I'm super excited. Whatever happens, happens. But
we don't live in a perfect world. I understand that, but we've got to let both offenses touch the ball in overtime.
Kurt thinks they're going to change it for next year. That was his opinion.
I don't know how you go about it, and they did tweak it to where you've got to score a touchdown in order to end the game. Otherwise, both teams get a chance to touch the ball. Mm-hmm. But, man, yesterday, both offenses deserved to touch the ball.
I don't know, but
that's just my opinion.
To quote Kurt, he said, if you don't have a good defense to stop the opposing team, then you don't deserve to go to the championship.
Oh.
And he was like, they're going to change the rules for next year for overtime. And I was like, I don't know. He had to explain it to me a couple of times.
That's easy to say when your team won the flip and you went down and scored a touchdown, because my opinion, if Buffalo wins the flip, Kansas City ain't stopping them either.
Right.
Might not.
And as a viewer, an unbiased viewer, I think I would like to see both teams be on the offensive side. But I really don't know what I'm talking about. So
you're a fan.
I'm just quoting Kurt, and he thinks that they're going to change the rules next year because as a viewer, you want to see the offense and it makes more money.
Well, sure, you get more ads in.
Yeah.
Well, it just seems it just seems more fair if both offenses do get a chance to touch the ball.
I agree.
My opinion.
I'll give you that.
Well, can't they just set the clock and have it be just like another quarter, a half quarter?
Or why not just like a shorter quarter?
I still like the way college does it. Now, not everybody does, and I'm fine with that.
What do they do?
But you just put the ball at the 25-yard line and just go back and forth till somebody wins.
I like
that. Yeah, every team touches it,
but they get it if the other team scores, then the opposite team gets it on their 25 and.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it should just be like a time thing. Like even if it's like, I don't know, what's a reasonable time? Like a full quarter's 15 minutes. What if you just do like 7 minutes and then just whoever wins at the end of that?
What if nobody scores? You're okay with a tie?
Go again.
Oh.
Do another 7 minutes.
Hey, I'm with Emily. They get paid a lot of money.
Now in the play, you did hear obviously the official did say we're playing. There's no ties today because we're playoffs. We're going until somebody wins. But in 7 minutes. Again, only one team could touch the ball. We've seen plenty of teams hold a ball for 7 minutes.
Well, Buffalo was one of their final drives was real lengthy. They ate up most of the fourth quarter. So, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, lots of thoughts to be considered, I'm sure, by the higher ups.
But you don't care because your team won.
I'm very excited.
Exactly.
Yes. Like when Kurt was like, "Well, I don't hate the Bills, so I feel bad for them."
I felt bad for him.
But we were definitely excited to see the Chiefs go again.
I have to admit, I don't want you to be mad at me, but I started pulling for the Bills.
Oh, sure. It was a good game.
So you think they're in the Super Bowl? You don't think Cincinnati has a chance? Cincinnati beat them just a few weeks ago.
Did they? I can't remember.
It was in Cincinnati. But
they don't look quite as dynamic, though. I mean, they were really good, but Cincinnati's quarterback got sacked 9 times and still won.
He still won. Yeah.
Wow.
Of course, Tennessee did turn it over, 3 times?
Yeah.
Turnovers have
So what do we have here? Road to Super Bowl 56, down to 4 teams. Rams host San Francisco. Boy, that ought to be quite a game between...
I don't think the Rams have beaten San Francisco this year. Is that true?
I don't know.
It would be cool to have a rematch against
I think San Francisco's beaten them twice.
Packers went
down.
And
the Super Bowl is in L.A.'s home stadium, right?
Yes.
So if the Rams win, they're going to play at home in the Super Bowl. That'll be the second year in a row that the team that hosts the Super Bowl would play in the Super Bowl.
Really?
That's crazy.
That's interesting.
Because the Super Bowl was in Tampa Bay last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
was.
think you're right. I think it's interesting that they're doing it in California.
Yeah.
It's like California might be hurting for tourism dollars or something.
Well,
They
I'm
might
sure
want
there's
to bring
some
people back to their
political
state.
maneuvering.
But this was
Wallace.
set, a few years ago,
Oh,
as far as where they're going to have it. Brand new stadium.
That's interesting, though.
Brand new.
Well, mostly new.
All right. To conclude the show,
Yes.
we're going to have steaks.
Whatever you want. It's not about me.
Big old fried.
I'm just grateful to be taken to lunch.
Sometime we'll get time to take the sports guys out, but hey, they got a credit card. They
I'm not listen. Brent eats well when he goes to a state event. So I can't sit here and complain. So
I'm glad to hear that. You've
Yeah.
been like those people on that interview yesterday.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be like that. I'm thankful for what I have.
Well, we're thankful we have such great businesses.
Yes.
That are able to be here and service in our communities. And one of those is Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique. Now, this week, Emily, save 40% off winter apparel at Square One Boutique inside Chapin's, including sweaters, ponchos, and jackets.
Ooh.
40%.
Ooh.
And don't forget, Chapin's and Square One Boutique are Chamber Love local participants as well, and the Chamber has their activities kicking up for that now, too, so there's more savings on the way. And also, don't forget, they carry Annie Sloan chalk paint. Have you ever tried that?
It's good stuff.
It works good.
I've used that on a couple projects.
Yeah, covers real easily, dries smooth.
Oh, yeah.
Great for indoor projects, and it doesn't have fumes and can be cleaned up with water. You don't have to get out the smelly oil or whatever that is.
It's very easy to use.
Yeah. So stop in and shop with them today. Chapin's on the Square in Broken Bow. I remember, now that I'm so old, I can remember getting one of my first haircuts in the back corner of Chapin's Furniture. It was called, was it J.M. McDonald's then? I think it was a clothing store. And in the back, in the corner, there was that little door that was back there, was a little teeny barbershop. And I think my dad took me in there to get my haircut.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Then it was Davis Paint, Chapin's Furniture, and now Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique. Let's see. What are we going to have for dessert? What do you like for dessert?
Anything chocolate.
Anything chocolate? Okay. I might ask my wife.
Kurt Crowley, if you're listening, when we go to state wrestling, you and I are getting dessert this year. We usually abstain, but even if we have to take it back to the hotel and eat it later, we're getting dessert.
Abstain dessert? You actually
we do.
say that?
Yes. We usually stay away from dessert because we feel we're like, you know what? Dave's very generous to, pick up the tab on some things. Let's not charge him extra for dessert. This year we will.
I think Mr. Crawley probably has his dessert in a bottle.
Well, I don't know how to respond to that.
You do too, only yours is Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. How we want to do this? Like,
That gift card?
yeah, like fourth caller?
That's up to you. Let Emily help you out there.
Which caller would you like to have call in and win, Emily?
Lucky 3.
Lucky 3. Third caller at 872-2801 win themselves a Chapin's Furniture Square One Boutique gift card. Third caller.
March up the side of any interstate or park.
Becky called in and won the gift card to Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique. And remember, 40% off winter apparel at Square One inside. Sweaters, ponchos, and jackets and more. Don't forget. Also, don't forget about their paint they have there, the Annie Sloan chalk paint. Couple questions, actually. What do you want for a vegetable with that steak?
Asparagus.
Ooh, yeah.
Green beans, a salad. I'm flexible.
Is asparagus kind of in season right now, or do you know? Because sometimes it's a little better than that.
I don't really know. We had it the other night with some Gulf Coast snapper, and it was delicious. Blackened Gulf Coast snapper.
Did you have that at your house?
It's been in the freezer since June, but it was delicious.
Oh. You like asparagus, Brent? Gosh, I'm going to talk to Peggy about some things. I think they should have made you expand your menu a little bit when you were little.
Oh, trust me, there were a couple of nights at the supper table they tried, and I never got up till about 9:30 at night.
Mm-hmm. I think they should have spanked you more.
Until it was gone.
I think they should have got out the old belt. Anyway, Emily.
Trust me, my dad did not spare the rod. I'll just leave it at that.
Do you think white socks are geeky on guys?
White socks?
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're not wearing them with, like, dress clothes.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, blue jeans and white socks, yeah.
That's all right?
I think that's just fine.
Okay, thanks. Because I thought I'd go home and change if it was going to bother you. If Gavin and you and my wife might come too. I don't know. I'm going to ask her.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
But
should come.
I didn't want to embarrass you. If
No,
this is geeky.
You're just fine.
Okay.
I think Jeremy and I filled in for Gavin last week on a couple of news interviews. Does that make us part of the news department?
Oh.
You want us to come for lunch?
No, not today.
No.
Okay.
I know you guys are really busy preparing for the ball games, and I want to talk with the news staff about some news items.
It'll be a busy week ahead.
Yeah. Pretty important news stuff we're going to be talking about.
That's right. City Council tomorrow night.
Yep.
In Broken Bow.
Yep. Got the big ball this weekend on Saturday, the Ag Society's ball. Going to discuss that and maybe how we could cover that and maybe have supper again there.
I don't know. I think they're sold out.
Well, we could work something up. All right. I think that's the show for today.
Could I have a ride to lunch?
Of course.
My car's not starting.
Still?
Yeah.
You want us to look at it? What's it doing?
Well, I've got an appointment for later this week.
Oh, okay.
It's just,
Is it the dead battery?
I don't know.
Well, don't get too... I know you're thinking about maybe getting a different one, but see if it can be fixed first. That's a nice little car.
It is. It's been around since I was 16.
It's your high school car.
Mm-hmm.
You'll regret getting rid of your high school car. I'm telling you that right now.
It's just, it's got its quirks. I'll say that.
What year is that, you know?
It's only an 07, but...
Well, I know what you'll say, only a 07.
Only.
But then you think this is 2022.
It rumbles.
Oh. Whoa.
Just
be
like
sure,
that.
Be sure and have them check the wheel bearings.
Wheel bearings.
Yeah.
Deal.
Because you always want them, because your wheels can come off.
It's true. That would be bad. That happened to my brother on our wedding day. He lost a tire.
It came off?
Yes. And he's a mechanic. So we're like, Evan, come on.
I had that happen.
But everything was fine.
Did the whole wheel come off? Yeah, I had that one too. I was stopped at the stoplight there, the second stoplight, the middle stoplight, on the way back to work. I was working for my dad at the time. Had a 62 Chevy 4-door, 283, 2-speed transmission in it, and had real fancy, well, I thought they were fancy mag wheels on it. And I stopped and I looked, I thought, what's that going by? And it was the wheel. It passed me. Well, you want to be careful about that.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're going to have steak, garlic mashed potatoes, or asparagus, and for dessert, chocolate, and maybe a like a Pepsi or something.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
That'll do.
You know what I'd like to do when your mom and dad come back? I'd like to go out with your mom and have a little dinner.
Okay.
I'd like to buy her something.
Let me guess, I'm not invited.
Oh.
It'll just be Dave and my parents.
Oh.
I did not say that. What are you looking at your watch for?
No, I just got a text message.
Oh gosh. Do you have that on your?
I do, but I'm not wearing it today. I have it's a semi smartwatch.
But it was I'm not afraid to tell you, it was a business related text.
There you go.
Monkey business?
Nope.
Okay, that's good to know.
Sports business.
Sports and more sports. All right. Thanks, guys.
You bet. Thank
Appreciate
you, Dave.
it. Thanks a lot.
Enjoy your lunch.
Oh, we will.